Teapot Genies. Today we're visiting the office of the Births, Deaths and Marriages at Waterford in Ireland.
Yes, it's housed not far from the Waterford Crystal Factory in St Joseph's Hospital, which is quite unusual for a Births, Deaths and Marriages office.
I have ancestors from Waterford. Maybe you found out something about them.
Oh, sorry, Billy. I did try, but I'm sorry I didn't find anyone. Mary Lyons gives us a lovely interview. She was very reluctant at first, but after a gentle persuasion, she agreed to do the interview, and I hope you enjoy it. Before I left home, I found an Edward Riley in a census in County Waterford, Kilrasanti, 1854. Townland, Comera Mountains. He had a house and less than 1 acre. And here we have the Comera Mountains. We headed off to the Births, Deaths and Marriage Office of County Waterford. These are housed at St Joseph Hospital. We wanted to inquire about my Riley family, and Mary Linus was most helpful. Mary, can you tell us a little bit about the origins of this Births, Deaths and Marriage Record Office?
Well, all the births, deaths and marriages were civilly registered from January 1864. Depending on where the event occurred, if a person lived in County Waterford, the event is recorded here. If for any reason, we'll say you lived all your life in County Waterford and you died, be it in Cork or Waterford City, then it's not registered in this district. So the one and most important piece of information when people come to the office is where did the event occur? And that's what stops most people finding their roots. They don't know where. They say Waterford or they say Ireland somewhere, and you really need to know the exact district. Now, if you don't know the exact district, there is a General Registrar's office in Dublin, and they would have it on microfiche. So they would do a 5-year search for you. And I think the fee, it's something like £11-12 it was then, maybe €13-14. But if you know the district, you come along to the local office and you can do the research yourself once you make an appointment with the registrar, and we can generally find quite a bit of information for you. If you do it yourself, it's better because you actually know the family names that you're looking for. You're familiar with the relatives, and you could actually pick up different branches of the family. As I say, the fee for certificates then is €6.98, and for the research, once you book in, it's €7.87.
Catherine Riley, she married a Baldwin, and yeah, they lived up that area near Kilrasanti.
Kilrasanti,
Yeah.
So it's a death book for 1879.
Yeah.
It's very, they're good to be registered, but sometimes in a home place, if a person was the last one there, they may not necessarily register them, It's Catherine now, Baldwin.
Yeah.
That's probably it. These are all the original records, which is really nice. Yeah, would this be it? Catherine Baldwin, 4th of November, Lyre.
Right, yeah.
A female married woman, age 60. And is signed by a Daniel Baldwin.
Yes. So can I get a copy of that? Or?
Certainly, yeah. What we do now is we actually write out the certificates just from the information here. We write out a certificate for you. We don't actually copy the contents there, photocopy it or anything like that.
How was each region determined?
Well, in the beginning, in 1864, when the records would have commenced, it would generally be the doctors that would actually do the registration. So each area within the county, we'd have 22 areas, they would have their own local dispensary district. People wouldn't have had means to travel. So because of this, it had to be very localised. It was always your local doctor or maybe a local person who would actually take on the registration. So therefore, that's why it's difficult with the older records, because you're searching through 23 different sets of books. Now we have it, only in the last 4 or 5 years, it's been reduced down into much smaller scale. One set of books now covers the entire county. So in time to come, it's going to be much easier for people to do research. But in the older ones, you need to know. That's why the area is so important, because of the dispensary district. People didn't, as I say, have a way to travel, so you can understand then they had to have it within maybe walking distance from them, a couple of miles, to actually register the birth or death.
It's so Riley.
It's a Patrick Riley, is that?
That's possible.
No, the 22nd of May 1880. Again, it's the same place actually, yeah.
Okay.
That's something, yeah, it's signed by Daniel Baldwin.
Oh, really? Could I have a copy of that one? Or can I have
He
that
was
as well?
102.
My godfather. What do you think people need to do before they come to you researching?
For me, the most important information, as I said to you, is the event, but more importantly is that they do a little bit of homework in the country where they come from, be it America or Australia, wherever that family originated from, that they check out marriage certificates, because on a marriage certificate you have a father's name. You won't maybe not have a mother's name, but at least if you have a father's name, it's very important. Then when you come here, that you don't just dive into any family name that resembles yours, because it's very important that you actually double check your information. Mothers' maiden names are so important, because they're the tag that identify your family. And most importantly around this area, the name Power, there are hundreds and hundreds of Powers. So you can very easily go on to a wrong branch of a family, and if you have a Power that married a Power, it's next door to impossible to find out who is who. So homework from your own country first of all, then come here with some preparation, and then be prepared to work at it.
Do you think the records will eventually get on computer?
That's actually happening at the moment as we speak now. All the files have been scanned and are being scanned in Roscommon, and we have permission for the births and the deaths to be on computer. So we've all been introduced now to computers. We've had training courses as well. So they hope within the next 2 years that we're going to have it up. It should be sooner now for the births and deaths. The marriages are a little bit more complex because of the laws. And it will be on computer, which will make it very easy, because then you could come to any office in Ireland, give a name, and it's the input is into the computer and it can turn it up then. It will be much easier.
Thank you very much, Mary.
Okay, you're very welcome.
Well, thanks to Mary Lyons, we've found out a little bit more about my Riley family and also about researching in the County Waterford area. Now we're heading off to County Tipperary, and that's where we'll see you next week.